your favorite big sister, mentor, and life coach, and welcome back to Titus 2 Life Coaching. We are up to day number 7. We are up to the 7th day in our 21-day challenge of reading one chapter a day from the book of John. Now, I'm going to link in the description box a video I did a few months ago on certain Bibles you want to use or avoid. So I've been going through using the King James in the earlier chapters. Past couple of chapters, I've been using the scriptures translation. But I just wanted to remind us that the quality of the translation is going to greatly affect the knowledge and understanding you're going to receive from it. Off the top of my head, you definitely want to avoid certain translations like the Message and the NIV, because these are so watered down that you miss what really is being said. I know for some people these messages are easy to understand, and they are easy to understand, but they kind of break it down so much that the substance is missing, is gone. Now, what I would say is, if you are going to use a translation like, say, the Message, don't use that by itself. Use it alongside a better translation like the New KJV or the KJV or Schofield's or the Scripture translation, because when you're reading it from that source and then maybe going to the Message to kind of make it a little bit more palatable or a little bit more, easier to understand, that's one thing. But to use these watered down translations for your reading, you're not going to get a lot of comprehension out of it. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone from using those books if that's the main book that you're using, but I'm going to just say, use that with a better translation. Use them together so you're getting more out of your reading. It's almost like the Message is eating McDonald's, while a KJV translation or the Scripture translation is like eating a home-cooked meal, right? Both can help the body, but nutritionally they're not equal. So keep that in mind as we go through our reading. We are up to day 7. We are 1/3 through our 21-day challenge. Get your habit tracker and be prepared at the end of this to check off the 7th day or 7th chapter for our challenge. And I'm encouraging you to share this challenge with anyone that you know, any sister in the body. Tell them to come on in. It's not too late to jump in and catch up, because you can testify that reading these chapters has not taken long. If they're jumping in today, they might have to read 2 chapters a day to catch up with us, but tell them to come on in and let's finish strong. So let's get back into our reading. Chapter 7, come on down. And after this, Yahushua was walking in Galilee, for he did not wish to walk in Yehuda, because the Yehudim were seeking to kill him. And the festival of the Yehudim was near, the festival of Sukkot. So his brothers said to him, "Get away from here and go into Yehuda, so that your taught ones also see the works that you are doing. For no one acts in secret while he himself seeks to be known openly. If you do these works, show yourself to the world." For even his brothers did not believe in him. Yahushua therefore said to them, "My time has not yet come, but your time is always ready. It is impossible for the world to hate you, but it hates me because I bear witness of it, that its works are wicked. You go up to this festival. I am not yet going up to this festival, for my time has not yet been filled." And having said this to them, he stayed in Galilee. But when his brothers had gone up to the festival, then he also went up, not openly, but as it were in secret. The Yehudim therefore were seeking him at the festival and said, "Where is he?" and there was much grumbling about him among the crowd. Some were saying, "He is good," but others were saying, "No, but he is leading the crowd astray." However, no one spoke openly of him for fear of the Yehudim. And about the middle of the festival, Yahushua went up into the set-apart place, and he was teaching. And the Yehudim were marveling, saying, "How does this man know letters, not having learned?" Yahushua answered them and said, "My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. If anyone desires to do his desire, he shall know concerning the teaching, whether it is from Elohim or whether I speak from myself. He who speaks from himself is seeking his own esteem, but he who seeks the esteem of the one who sent him is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Did not Moshe give you the Torah, yet not one of you does the Torah? Why do you seek to kill me?" The crowd answered and said, "You have a demon. Who seeks to kill you?" Yahushua answered and said to them, "I did one work, and you all marvel. Because of this Moshe had given you the circumcision, though it is not from Moshe, but from the fathers, and you circumcise a man on the Sabbath. If a man receives circumcision on the Sabbath, so that the Torah of Moshe should not be broken, are you wroth with me because I made a man entirely well on the Sabbath? Do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment." Therefore some of them from Yerushalayim said, "Is this not he whom they are seeking to kill? And see, he speaks boldly, and they say not at all to him. Could it be that the rulers truly know that this is truly the Messiah? But when we know where this one is from, and when the Messiah comes, no one knows where he is from." Yahushua therefore cried out in the set-apart place, teaching and saying, "You both know me, and you know where I am from, and I have not come of myself, but he who sent me is true, whom you do not know. But I know him because I am from him. He sent me." So they were seeking to seize him, but no one laid a hand on him because his hour had not yet come. And many of the crowd believed in him and said, "When the Messiah comes, shall he do more signs than this which this one did?" The Pharisees heard the crowd muttering these matters concerning him, and the Pharisees and the chief priests sent officers to seize him. Therefore Yahushua said to them, "Yet a little while I am with you, then I go to him who sent me. You shall seek me, and you shall not find me, and where I am you are unable to come." The Yehudim therefore said to themselves, "Where is he about to go that we shall not find him? Is he about to go to the dispersion among the Greeks and teach the Greeks? What is this word which he says, 'You shall seek me, and you shall not find me, and where I am, you are unable to come'?" And on the last day, the great day of the festival, Yahushua stood and cried out, saying, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me, and let him who believes in me drink. As the scripture said, out of his innermost shall flow rivers of living water." And this he said concerning the Spirit, which those believing in him were about to receive, for the set-apart Spirit was not yet given, because Yahushua was not yet esteemed. Many from the crowd, when they heard the word, then said, "This is truly the prophet." Others said, "This is the Messiah." But others said, "Does the Messiah then come out of Galilee? Did not the scripture say that the Messiah comes from the seed of David and from the village of Bethlehem, where David was?" So a division came about among the people because of him. And some of them wished to take him, but no one laid hands on him. The officers therefore came to the chief priests and Pharisees, and they said to them, "Why did you not bring him?" Verse 46. The officer said, "Never has any man spoken like this man." The Pharisees therefore answered them, "Have you also been led astray?" Verse 48. Has any one of the rulers or of the Pharisees believed in him? But this crowd that does not know the Torah is accursed. Verse 50. Nicodemus, he who came to Yahushua by night, being one of them, said to them, "Does our Torah judge the man unless it hears first from him and knows what he is doing?" They answered and said to him, "Are you also from Galilee? Search and see that no prophet has arisen out of Galilee." And each one went to his own house. I don't have a question for us to think on, but what I do want you to do is in the Torah, in the book of Vayikra or Leviticus chapter 23, is where we have all of the set apart appointments that Yahweh has given to the nation of Israel to observe. And in this chapter, all of this is happening during the feast of Sukkot. What I would like you to do, sisters, is to go back to the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and starting at verse 34 to the end of the chapter 44 is the feast, the commandments of Sukkot. It tells us what it is, when to keep it, how to keep it, and in place of answering the question, I thought it would be good for us to just read about that feast in case you're not familiar with it and put into context what is happening with Yahushua at this time. That closes out chapter 7. Go ahead and check that box of chapter 7. We have 7 under our belts, 14 to go. We got this, sisters. We're going to get through this, and we're going to be so fulfilled and so edified and so blessed that we have done this. It is me, Malcolm Marie, your favorite big sister, mentor, and life coach. Shalom, Queens.